Hello everybody, this is Joe Workman, and today I'd like to introduce you to the new Dispatch 2 stack for Amazon S3. The Dispatch stack allows you to add beautiful file upload forms to your website. There could be a lot of great uses for this, whether it's exchanging files with your customers, or maybe handling a monthly photo contest so your contestants can upload their photos to your service. Let's jump on in and see it in action. So I have a dispatch form here. And all I'm going to do is I have two images here that I'm going to drag and drop directly on here. Now that drag and drop functionality is only supported currently in HTML5 browsers. Essentially that's all the latest versions of the major browsers out there with the exception of Internet Explorer. That looks to be coming in Internet Explorer 10, so we can't wait for that. Now once we've added our files into the file queue, we can go ahead and click the upload button. Now, as you see, these were really small files, so they uploaded extremely fast. But you'll notice that once they were completed, the background color changed to green, and we got a nice completed message. Now let's jump on in and look at some of the dispatch settings. Now, setting up your Amazon S3 account inside Dispatch is really simple. There's only a few things that you need to get. Within your Amazon S3 account, you're going to need to get your access keys and your secret key. These are very important. It's basically how it authenticates with Amazon. The next thing is you're going to have to configure which bucket you want to have your files uploaded to. Remember, buckets are kind of like the top level folders within your Amazon S3 directory. Now, by default, if you leave the folder blank, all files will get uploaded to the root level of the bucket defined. However, if you'd like your files to get uploaded to a folder within your bucket, then type in the name of the folder or the full path to the folder if it is a subfolder here, and the files will get uploaded to that folder. The last setting within the Amazon S3 is the permissions. These set up the actual Amazon S3 permissions after the file has been uploaded to your bucket. So do you want the file, once it's on Amazon, to be a private file? Do you want it to be public read write, or an authenticated read? So as you see, it's really simple to set up your Amazon S3 account. Let's jump in and look at all the great features now of the Dispatch stack. Now, if you are familiar with version 1 of Dispatch, you'll probably recall that it really was just meant for uploading files. However, we've really taken your feedback, and I'm glad to say that Dispatch 2 now supports full-blown form fields so that not only can you get files from your customers, but you can also get their name and email or some notes, and also have a passphrase or human test so that you can really control who's uploading files for you. Now you'll notice as I added these fields to my form that a bunch of settings were revealed. We can require fields and then also give a full-blown validation error if that field is not provided by the customer. And you can also, if you don't want to use my out of the box labels, let's say you want to have it's a class, what class are you in, okay, and this is what's your address or something of that nature. You can customize these forms to really suit your needs. So if we look at the passphrase field, it really has become a dual purpose field now. By default, it is a password field so that you can define a password and then users have to type in that password in order to upload a file. Now what's really nice is that this is actually a password field. We can go ahead and as you see, as we type, the text is now hidden just as if it was a password. However, if you didn't want to use it as a password, let's say we wanted to use it as a human test, you can go ahead and uncheck the use as password. Then you can simply change the label to say, what is 1 + 1? Of course, then you would put your answer as 2. Now by clicking on custom field styles, you'll notice that we now have a plethora of ways to really style the actual fields to our liking. Now one other setting is split form. If you click on split form, you'll notice that actually the form and the file field queue are now separated. And what's great is this also supports full responsive design. so that if this form were on a iPhone or a smaller width device, it would actually respond so that it would shrink down to one column instead of being two. Now the next settings group allows you to really customize the look and feel of the file queue. This is the drop area that contains all of the entries that are going to be uploaded to our service. Moving on, we'll notice that the next section deals with button styles. Here you can change the labels, the size, and the coloring of the buttons. Now these buttons that ship with Dispatch are nice, they are rather plain, so we actually gave you a great ability to use any button stack within Dispatch. To do that, simply go to Button Style and say Use Button Stack. When you select this, you'll notice that there are two drop areas. Inside these drop areas you can place any button stack that you like. I obviously recommend my really powerful and flexible sweep button stack. Now in the last couple settings groups is where the real fun happens. Dispatch has a bunch of action settings that can be triggered once an upload is complete. You can redirect to a specific URL, and you can specify actually a special effects stack to be launched or unveiled. The next option allows you to upload a meta file along with the actual file that the customer uploaded. This meta file is a plain text file that contains all of the data that the user typed into the form. Now this metadata file is actually named the same exact name as the file uploaded with a .txt extension. After that, you can also send an email. This is great because now users can upload data to your service, and then you will get an email once they do. Now that email will contain not only the name of the file, but also all of the contents of the form that the user typed in. Now the last feature set in On Upload Complete is the ability to rename files. This is great because if your customer uploads a file with the same name that maybe someone else had already uploaded, Dispatch will actually take care of that and rename the files so that no files will get deleted or overridden by accident. Now we have an extensive set of rename rules where you can maybe append the date and timestamp of the actual upload time. You can append a unique ID, and you can also actually take the input fields from the form that the user typed in and rename the file to contain those fields. Now in advanced form logic, we have the ability to auto-upload files. What this means is as soon as a file is added into Dispatch, it will automatically be uploaded to your service. The user does not need to click upload, it will automatically be sent. You also have the ability to limit file extensions. This is a comma delimited list of file types. So if you wanted to accept only images, you could do JPEG, comma, PNG, comma, and all of the other formats. Okay. You can define a max size, so the maximum size of the file that you want to be allowed to be uploaded. And of course, the number of uploads. So how many simultaneous uploads do you want to limit a user from uploading at one time? Well, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the new Dispatch stack. It's a really amazing update. A lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into this one. So go out and make your websites great. Thanks, everybody. Bye.